Imagine waking up tomorrow morning. You open your eyes, stretch your arms, and sit up in bed. You slept for 8 hours, but somehow your body still feels exhausted. Your mind feels cloudy. Your motivation is missing. And the sharp mental focus you once had feels like it disappeared years ago. For millions of men over 40, this experience has quietly become normal. They assume the explanation is simple. They believe aging is slowly stealing their energy. But what if that assumption is completely wrong? What if the real reason your body feels drained isn't your age at all? What if the problem is something far more subtle? Something happening inside your metabolism every single day? And what if a simple shift in how and when you eat could dramatically change the way your body produces energy? Stay with me, because today we're going to explore the fascinating science behind intermittent fasting and how it may influence metabolism, energy levels, and the way your body regulates important hormones. Hi, I'm Dr. William Lee. Today we're going to look at what really happens inside your body when you stop eating constantly and finally give your metabolism time to reset. To understand what's happening, imagine your body as a massive company. Your brain is the CEO. Every second of every day, it sends messages to different departments across your body. Some messages control energy production, others regulate metabolism, and some help balance hormones that influence mood, focus, strength, and recovery. But for the system to work properly, these messages need clear communication lines. Now imagine something different. Imagine the company offices are chaotic. Phones are ringing non-stop. Messages are being sent constantly. Employees are overwhelmed. Important instructions start getting lost in the noise. Something very similar can happen inside the human body. For years, people were told they should eat small meals all day long. Breakfast, morning snacks, lunch, afternoon snacks, dinner, and sometimes even late-night eating. At first glance, this seems harmless. But every time you eat food, your body releases a hormone called insulin. Insulin's job is to help move sugar and nutrients from the bloodstream into your cells. It's a critical hormone for survival. However, when food is consumed constantly throughout the day, insulin levels remain elevated for long periods of time. When insulin stays high all day, it can interfere with other important metabolic signals. It becomes like static noise, blocking a radio signal. Your brain may still be sending instructions, but the signals struggle to reach their destination clearly. This doesn't happen overnight. It develops slowly over years. But eventually the body's communication system becomes less efficient. Energy regulation becomes weaker. Fat burning slows down, and many people begin to feel tired more often. One of the most overlooked facts about human biology is that digestion is one of the most energy-intensive processes in the entire body. Every time you eat, your digestive system activates multiple organs at the same time. Your stomach releases acid. Your pancreas releases enzymes. Your intestines begin breaking down nutrients. Your liver processes incoming fuel. Your body launches a complex metabolic operation every time food enters your system. Now imagine doing that continuously from early morning until late at night. Your body rarely gets a break. It's constantly digesting, absorbing, and processing nutrients. And that constant workload leaves very little time for other important biological processes. Processes like cellular repair, metabolic regulation, and internal maintenance. This is where intermittent fasting begins to change the environment inside the body. Instead of eating from sunrise until bedtime, fasting creates a longer period where the body is not digesting food. Many people follow a pattern where they fast for around 16 hours and eat within an 8-hour window. During the fasting period, insulin levels begin to fall. The body gradually transitions from using incoming food for energy to using stored fuel. Something interesting begins to happen. The body starts shifting into a different metabolic state. Now here's something important many people don't expect. When someone first starts intermittent fasting, the body often goes through a short adjustment period. During the first week or two, some people feel more tired than usual. They may feel slightly irritable. Their motivation might temporarily dip. At first, this can feel discouraging. Many people assume the fasting itself is harming their energy. But in reality, this phase is simply the body adapting. For years, the body may have relied heavily on frequent incoming calories. When those frequent meals suddenly stop, the metabolic system needs time to learn a new rhythm. Think of it like switching the fuel system of a hybrid car. At first, the transition feels unfamiliar, but once the system adjusts, it becomes far more efficient. After a few weeks, many people report something interesting. Energy becomes steadier throughout the day, mental clarity improves, and the mid-afternoon crashes that used to happen regularly begin to disappear. Another fascinating process begins to activate during fasting periods. Inside your cells, tiny components perform specific jobs. Over time, some of these components become damaged or worn out. Under normal conditions, the body gradually recycles them. But when the body is constantly busy digesting food, that internal cleanup process may slow down. During fasting, the body has more opportunity to focus on cellular maintenance. Damaged cellular parts can be broken down and recycled, allowing new components to replace the old ones. This process helps cells function more efficiently. It's similar to cleaning and reorganizing a cluttered workspace. Once the clutter disappears, everything begins working more smoothly again. Another major change during fasting involves energy production. Under normal eating patterns, the body primarily relies on glucose from food as its main fuel source. But when food isn't entering the system for several hours, the body begins looking for alternative energy sources. One of the largest available energy reserves is stored body fat. Fat is essentially stored fuel. During fasting periods, the body can begin accessing this stored fuel supply. This doesn't mean fat disappears instantly, but over time, the body becomes more comfortable switching between different energy sources. Another interesting hormone connected with fasting is human growth hormone. Growth hormone plays an important role in maintaining muscle tissue, supporting fat metabolism, and assisting recovery. Research has shown that fasting periods can stimulate increased growth hormone production. This is part of the body's natural survival design. If early humans lost muscle every time they went several hours without food, survival would have been extremely difficult. Instead, the body developed systems to preserve muscle while accessing stored fat for fuel. Growth hormone helps support this balance. Another important factor involves body fat itself. Not all fat behaves the same way. Some fat sits just under the skin, but another type known as visceral fat forms deeper inside the abdomen, around internal organs. Visceral fat can release signals that influence inflammation and metabolic health. Higher amounts of this type of fat are often associated with metabolic stress. Reducing excess visceral fat can help support a healthier internal environment. When intermittent fasting is combined with balanced nutrition and physical activity, the body may gradually begin using stored fat as an energy source. Another factor that influences energy is circulation. Your blood vessels deliver oxygen and nutrients to every cell in your body. Healthy blood vessels expand and contract easily, allowing efficient blood flow. When circulation works well, oxygen and nutrients travel smoothly throughout the body. Muscles recover faster, the brain receives the fuel it needs, and overall energy production becomes more efficient. In reality, intermittent fasting is not simply about skipping meals. It's about giving the body time away from digestion so it can focus on repair, regulation, and metabolic balance. Your body was designed to produce energy. It was designed to repair itself and maintain balance. Sometimes it simply needs the right conditions to do what it was built to do. And giving your body regular breaks from constant digestion may be one of the ways to restore that natural balance. If you found this explanation helpful and want to learn more about how nutrition and metabolism influence health, consider subscribing and joining the conversation. Because when you understand how your body works, you can make smarter decisions about your health and your future.